You're doing everything right. You've cut back on sugar. You take your daily walk. And maybe you've even swapped your white bread for something whole grain. But every time you check your glucose levels, they're still higher than you'd like. You wonder, what more can I possibly do? Dr. Mindy Pelz, a well-known holistic health expert, has a surprising answer. Seeds. Yes. The same tiny flax seeds and pumpkin seeds you might sprinkle on a salad could actually help bring your glucose into balance. Naturally. It's a simple practice called seed cycling, and it's based on the idea that when you nourish your hormones, you support your entire metabolism. For many adults, especially women over 40, hormonal shifts can quietly sabotage blood sugar control. Estrogen, progesterone, and insulin are closely linked, and when they fall out of rhythm, even your best efforts to stabilize blood sugar can fall short. But what if you could nudge your hormones back into balance with something as simple as eating the right seeds at the right time? In today's video, we're going to explore the fascinating science behind seed cycling, the specific benefits of 4 key seeds: flax, pumpkin, sesame, and sunflower, and how this gentle, food-based approach could be the missing link in your journey to better glucose control. And the best part, you probably already have some of these seeds in your kitchen right now. Let's dive in. Most people think of blood sugar as a simple numbers game: eat carbs, spike insulin, lower sugar. But the real story is more complex. Especially as we age, your blood sugar is not just about what you eat. It's deeply influenced by your hormones, especially estrogen and progesterone. Here's how it works. Insulin is the hormone that helps move sugar out of your bloodstream and into your cells. But insulin doesn't work alone. Estrogen plays a key role in making your cells more sensitive to insulin. When estrogen is at healthy levels, insulin can do its job well. But when estrogen dips, as it often does in women over 40, your body may become more insulin resistant. That means higher blood sugar levels, even if your diet hasn't changed. Progesterone also plays a part. It helps balance estrogen and supports a calm, steady nervous system. But when progesterone is too low, often due to chronic stress, poor sleep, or hormonal aging, it creates another imbalance. Estrogen becomes dominant, insulin sensitivity drops, and glucose levels can spike. This hormonal roller coaster explains why so many women in their 40s and 50s start experiencing unexpected changes. Maybe their energy crashes in the afternoon. Maybe they gain belly fat they never had before. Or maybe their doctor starts warning them about prediabetes, even if they haven't changed their diet. For men, hormones matter too. As testosterone declines with age, insulin sensitivity can also decrease, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes. But the hormonal shifts tend to be more gradual, whereas women often experience more abrupt changes during perimenopause and menopause. Here's the part most people miss: balancing hormones can help stabilize blood sugar. And that's exactly where seed cycling comes in. Instead of relying only on medication or cutting out more foods, what if you could gently support your body's natural hormone rhythms with seeds by providing key nutrients like lignans, omega-3 fats, magnesium, and plant-based sterols? Specific seeds can help modulate estrogen and progesterone in a way that supports insulin function. In the next section, we'll look at how this works in practice and how you can start using seed cycling as a daily, natural tool to support your hormones and blood sugar. Imagine if you could support your hormones by simply rotating a few seeds in your diet each day. That's the basic idea behind seed cycling, a gentle, natural method to help rebalance estrogen and progesterone levels using the nutrients in specific seeds. Seed cycling involves eating different seeds during 2 key phases of your cycle. If you're still menstruating, the cycle aligns with your natural menstrual rhythm. If you're postmenopausal or no longer cycling regularly, you can follow the phases of the moon as a guide, starting with the new moon. The first phase, known as the follicular phase, starts on day 1 of your period and lasts until ovulation, usually around day 14. During this time, you eat 1 tablespoon each of ground flaxseed and ground pumpkin seeds daily. These seeds are rich in lignans and omega-3 fats, which can support healthy estrogen levels and reduce excess estrogen. They also contain nutrients like zinc and magnesium, which support your ovaries and blood sugar metabolism. Then comes the second phase, the luteal phase, which starts after ovulation and continues until your next period, typically days 15 through 28. During this phase, you switch to 1 tablespoon each of ground sesame seeds and sunflower seeds per day. These seeds help boost and balance progesterone levels thanks to their high content of vitamin E, selenium, and other hormone-supportive nutrients. What's fascinating is how this pattern mirrors the body's natural hormonal flow. Estrogen is dominant in the first half of the cycle, and progesterone takes the lead in the second. By pairing seeds that complement each phase, seed cycling may help smooth the hormonal ups and downs that affect everything from your mood to your blood sugar. And it's not just for women with a regular cycle. For those in perimenopause or menopause, where periods can be irregular or absent, seed cycling can still offer benefits. In these cases, you simply alternate the seed combinations every 2 weeks, using the new and full moons as a rhythm. It's a symbolic, yet practical way to stay consistent and support hormone health. Seed cycling is not a quick fix. It's more like a long-term, nourishing habit that builds hormone resilience over time. While you might not notice a change overnight, many people report improvements in energy, mood, menstrual symptoms, and even blood sugar control within 2 to 3 months of consistent practice. Up next, we'll explore exactly what's in each of these 4 powerful seeds and why their unique nutrients make such a difference for hormones and metabolism. Now that you know how seed cycling works, let's zoom in on the stars of the show, the seeds themselves. Each one is more than just a crunchy topping. These seeds are packed with nutrients that directly support hormonal balance and glucose control. And when used intentionally, they become a powerful part of your daily health routine. Let's start with flax seeds. These tiny brown or golden seeds are one of the richest plant sources of lignans, natural compounds that help modulate estrogen levels in the body. They're also high in soluble fiber, which slows down the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream, helping to keep blood glucose levels steady. Plus, flax seeds are rich in alpha-linolenic acid, a type of omega-3 fat that supports cellular health and reduces inflammation, both of which are essential for insulin sensitivity. Next up, pumpkin seeds, also known as pepitas. These seeds are especially high in magnesium, a mineral that plays a critical role in blood sugar regulation. Studies show that magnesium helps insulin work more effectively and may reduce the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Pumpkin seeds are also a great source of zinc, which supports reproductive hormones and strengthens your immune system. Together, flax and pumpkin seeds form a powerful duo for the first phase of seed cycling, targeting estrogen balance and metabolic health. Then we have sesame seeds, the tiny seeds often sprinkled on bread or used in tahini. These seeds shine in the second phase of seed cycling because they're rich in lignans and phytosterols, plant compounds that help support progesterone levels. Sesame seeds also contain healthy fats and selenium, which aid in liver detoxification. That's important, because your liver plays a big role in breaking down and clearing excess hormones from your body. When your liver works well, your hormones stay more balanced, and so does your blood sugar. Finally, sunflower seeds. These mild, nutty seeds are loaded with vitamin E, an antioxidant that supports the adrenal glands and helps manage stress hormones like cortisol. High cortisol levels can disrupt blood sugar control, so keeping your stress response in check is crucial. Sunflower seeds also contain selenium and folate, which help protect your cells and support healthy hormone production. It's not just the nutrients alone, it's how these seeds work together, in rhythm with your body's needs. That makes seed cycling so effective. Each seed offers a unique combination of fiber, fats, minerals, and antioxidants that gently guide your hormones and your metabolism back into balance. Coming up next, we'll take a look at the scientific research behind these seeds. While seed cycling itself hasn't been widely studied yet, the nutrients within each of these seeds have strong research backing when it comes to hormone health and glucose control. Seed cycling is gaining popularity in holistic health circles, but many people wonder, does the science actually back it up? While formal studies on the exact practice of seed cycling are still limited, there's a growing body of research showing that the nutrients found in flax, pumpkin, sesame, and sunflower seeds can significantly support hormone regulation and metabolic health, including blood sugar control. Take flax seeds, for example. Multiple studies have shown that flaxseed consumption can reduce blood glucose levels and improve insulin sensitivity. One notable clinical trial found that people with type 2 diabetes who consumed flaxseed powder daily experienced a meaningful drop in their A1C levels, the key marker for long-term glucose control. Researchers believe this effect comes from flax seeds' high content of soluble fiber and lignans, which help regulate estrogen and slow carbohydrate absorption. Pumpkin seeds also have science on their side. A study published in the journal Nutrients showed that magnesium, a mineral abundant in pumpkin seeds, is linked to improved insulin action and lower fasting blood glucose. Magnesium is often referred to as the calming mineral, and it helps muscles, including the heart, relax, which also reduces stress-induced blood sugar spikes. Sesame seeds have been studied for their role in lowering blood pressure and improving lipid profiles, but they also contain sesame, a lignin that shows estrogen-modulating properties. One small study found that sesame seed consumption helped improve hormone levels and antioxidant status in postmenopausal women, a group especially vulnerable to blood sugar irregularities. And sunflower seeds, rich in vitamin E and selenium, have been associated with reduced inflammation and oxidative stress, both of which are major players in insulin resistance. One study noted that vitamin E supplementation improved insulin sensitivity in people with metabolic syndrome, suggesting that antioxidant-rich foods like sunflower seeds could provide similar benefits through diet alone. When you look at these findings collectively, a clear pattern emerges. Each of these seeds offers specific nutrients that influence key areas: hormone balance, insulin sensitivity, inflammation, and cellular function. And because hormonal balance and blood sugar regulation are so closely intertwined, improving one often supports the other. seed cycling, then, isn't magic. It's smart nutrition applied in sync with your body's natural rhythms. Think of it as a low-risk, nutrient-dense strategy that supports your endocrine system over time. While we wait for more specific clinical trials on seed cycling as a practice, the foundational science on each seed makes a strong case for including them in your daily diet. In the next section, we'll shift from theory to practice. You'll learn exactly how to incorporate these seeds into your meals, how to store them for freshness, and how to stay consistent with your cycle, even if your periods are irregular or you're postmenopausal. Now that we understand how seed cycling supports hormones and blood sugar, let's get practical. How do you actually do it? The beauty of seed cycling is that it's simple. No complicated recipes or expensive supplements. All you need are 4 seeds: flax, pumpkin, sesame, and sunflower, and a bit of consistency. Here's how to begin. For the first 14 days of your cycle starting on day 1 of your period, or the new moon, eat 1 tablespoon of ground flax seed and 1 tablespoon of ground pumpkin seeds each day. This is the estrogen-supporting phase. Then, from day 15 to day 28, or from the full moon to the next new moon switch, to 1 tablespoon each of ground sesame seeds and ground sunflower seeds daily. This is the progesterone-supporting phase. If you're postmenopausal or have irregular cycles, don't worry. You can still benefit from seed cycling by following the lunar cycle. It's a natural way to maintain rhythm when your body no longer has one of its own. You'll want to grind the seeds fresh whenever possible, especially flax and sesame seeds, as whole seeds can pass through the digestive system without being fully absorbed. A simple coffee or spice grinder works perfectly for this. Store ground seeds in the fridge or freezer to preserve their healthy fats and prevent oxidation. You can easily add these seeds into your daily meals. Sprinkle them on oatmeal, blend them into smoothies, stir them into yogurt, or even mix them into homemade energy balls or salad dressings. Just make sure you're eating them raw and unsalted for the best health benefits. Here's a tip to make things easier. Prepare a 14-day batch of each seed combo in advance. Store them in labeled containers, estrogen phase and progesterone phase, so you can grab and go without second guessing. This small habit shift removes the friction that often derails good intentions. Another important point: consistency matters more than perfection. If you miss a day or two, just pick back up where you left off. The goal is long-term support, not short-term perfection. Most people notice changes after about 2 or 3 months of regular seed cycling. Some feel more stable energy, better sleep, fewer cravings, or improved mood. Others find their glucose readings start to even out, especially during the second half of their cycle, which can be a roller coaster for many. In the next section, we'll look at who can benefit the most from seed cycling, and also who might need to proceed with a little extra caution. Because while seeds are natural and generally safe, they're not one-size-fits-all. Seed cycling may seem like a gentle and universally healthy practice, and for many, it is. But just like any health strategy, it's important to know who it's especially suited for and who might need to approach it more carefully. Let's start with who can benefit the most. If you're a woman over 35, especially entering perimenopause, seed cycling could be a game changer. This is the time when hormone levels begin to shift, sometimes subtly, sometimes dramatically. Irregular cycles, mood swings, night sweats, sleep troubles, and yes, blood sugar swings often appear long before menopause is officially diagnosed. Seed cycling offers a non-invasive way to support these changes and ease the ride. Women with polycystic ovary syndrome (PCOS) may also benefit. PCOS is often characterized by insulin resistance, irregular cycles, and hormonal imbalances. While it's not a cure, seed cycling may help support more predictable hormonal patterns when used alongside a balanced, lower glycemic diet and other medical guidance. It can also be helpful for women who've come off hormonal birth control and want to re-establish their natural cycle. The seeds provide hormone-supportive nutrients that can help ease the transition. For postmenopausal women, the benefits may come less from cycle regulation and more from the metabolic and anti-inflammatory effects of the seeds themselves, supporting blood sugar, cholesterol, and oxidative stress through food is valuable at any stage of life. Now, who should be cautious? Anyone with seed allergies, obviously, should avoid seed cycling. Flax, sesame, sunflower, and pumpkin are common allergens. If you're unsure, start small and monitor for any reactions. People on blood-thinning medications should also check with their doctor. Seeds like sunflower and flax contain vitamin E and omega-3 fatty acids, which can have mild blood-thinning effects. While this is often beneficial, it may interact with certain medications. If you have a history of hormone-sensitive cancers, such as breast or ovarian cancer, it's wise to consult with your healthcare provider before starting seed cycling. The phytoestrogens in flax and sesame may act differently depending on your individual situation. And of course, seed cycling is not a substitute for medications or medical treatments. It's a complementary practice, a way to support your body's natural processes, not override them. What's important to remember is that seed cycling is food-based and non-hormonal. It doesn't flood your system with synthetic hormones or drastic interventions. Instead, it offers gentle, consistent support through nutrients that your body recognizes and knows how to use. In our next section, we'll hear a real-world example of how seed cycling made a difference. It's one thing to hear about the science, but another to see it unfold in someone's life. Meet Karen, a 52-year-old elementary school teacher and mother of 3. Like many women her age, she was caught off guard by the symptoms that crept up in her late 40s: irregular periods, mood swings, poor sleep, and stubborn weight gain around her midsection. What troubled her most, though, was her blood sugar. Despite eating a relatively healthy diet and walking most days of the week, Karen's fasting glucose levels began to rise. Her doctor labeled it pre-diabetes and warned that she might need medication soon if things didn't improve. Karen didn't feel like herself. She was tired by midday, foggy-headed in the afternoon, and sometimes awake for hours at night. She knew that hormone changes were at play, but she didn't want to jump straight into hormone replacement therapy. She wanted to try something gentle, something natural. That's when she came across Dr. Mindy Pelz's podcast and the concept of seed cycling. The idea of supporting her hormones through food resonated with her, so she decided to give it a try. Karen started simply grinding her flax and pumpkin seeds on Sundays and storing them in jars labeled Phase 1. She mixed them into her morning smoothie or stirred them into yogurt. 2 weeks later, she switched to her Phase 2 mix of sesame and sunflower seeds. She set calendar reminders to keep herself on track. Within a month, Karen noticed small shifts. Her energy didn't crash as hard in the afternoons. She wasn't as irritable before her period. But the real surprise came 3 months in. Her fasting glucose dropped by 8 points. not a miracle, but enough for her doctor to take notice. She also realized that her sugar cravings had calmed. The emotional eating that used to surface during her cycle wasn't as intense. Her sleep gradually improved, and her belly bloat reduced. These weren't dramatic overnight changes, but they were real, and they mattered. Karen's story isn't unique. Thousands of women have shared similar experiences, using seed cycling as a supportive, low-risk way to bring their bodies back into balance. It's not a prescription. It's not a miracle cure. But it's a powerful example of how food, used consistently and with intention, can become a form of medicine. And perhaps most importantly, Karen felt empowered. For the first time in years, she felt like her body was working with her, not against her. In our final section, we'll wrap up with a recap of everything you've learned and why seed cycling might be worth trying in your own journey toward better hormone and blood sugar balance. By now, you've seen that those tiny seeds in your kitchen cabinet hold more power than most people realize. Flax, pumpkin, sesame, and sunflower. They're not just nutritious. They're tools. Tools to help bring your hormones and your blood sugar back into balance. Seed cycling isn't about strict rules or instant fixes. It's about rhythm. It's about working with your body, not against it. And it's about making consistent, small choices that can lead to powerful changes over time. We've talked about the close connection between hormones and blood sugar, how estrogen and progesterone play critical roles in how your body processes glucose. We've explored how each seed supports different phases of the cycle and delivers nutrients like lignans, omega-3s, magnesium, and vitamin E compounds that directly affect hormone and metabolic health. You've also seen that while seed cycling as a practice is still being studied, the science behind the seeds themselves is strong. These aren't trendy superfoods. They're deeply nourishing, time-tested sources of fiber, minerals, and healthy fats. Maybe you saw yourself in Karen's story. Maybe you've been dealing with fatigue, cravings, glucose spikes, or just feeling off, and you're ready to try something that aligns with your body instead of fighting it. If so, here's your invitation. Try seed cycling for the next 30 days. It costs almost nothing. It's easy to start, and it could give you valuable insight into how your body responds when you support it with intention. Don't wait for things to get worse. Don't write off your symptoms as just aging. You deserve to feel stable, strong, and clear-headed at every stage of life. And sometimes, the first step is as simple as adding a spoonful of seeds to your breakfast. If you found this information helpful, consider sharing it with a friend, sister, or mother who might be going through the same journey. We often suffer in silence, thinking we're alone, but we're not. And the more we learn, the better we can support each other. Your body is always trying to heal and balance itself. The question is, will you give it the right tools? Start today. Your health is in your hands, and maybe in your seeds.